I want to thank everybody for watching Crypto Revolution. We talk about everything crypto daily. Before we jump into this video, I want to ask you guys, smash the like button, subscribe to the channel, jump in right into the market. Today in crypto, Bitcoin. A little bit of downside. We have a lot to go over and a lot to talk about in this video, so definitely watch the video all the way to the end. Reminder, I'm giving away $500 in Bitcoin tomorrow. All you have to do for a chance to win, subscribe to the channel, like the video, leave a comment in the comment box. Boom, free money. Let's go. Bitcoin weekly charts. We talked about bearish candle that was printed last week and closed below the 50 weekly simple moving average. And this is not a bullish chart. Now you have to wonder at some point, will we get a bounce? I mean, we're working on a third red week in a row, which isn't very common. Right now, I'm super cash heavy. So again, I'm just waiting for buying opportunities to unfold in the market. Support levels to watch is, 30,000 needs to hold. Otherwise, you're looking at 29,000. The 618 fib level is 27,200. A lot of times Bitcoin likes to bounce to the 618. Okay. So if you're going to stack some buys, potentially you start staggering some buys at 29,000, really go heavier at 27,000 and then 23,900, right? Possible the buys don't get filled. And if this does happen and you get a bounce, you can always buy into strength. I don't make a habit out of buying downside price action, right? I want to buy the move higher, which I'll miss the bottom, but I'm buying into strength. So I'm not catching any of the downside that, if this is the bottom or if this is a bottom, I mean, potentially you're in losses if you've been buying this downtrend, right? I like to buy with the trend. I like to buy uptrends. However, these are some key areas to watch for Bitcoin. This is a Bitcoin 4-hour chart. So we had this downside break since we talked last. And I mean, you got the volume to back it up, okay? So this support level was broken. A bearish retest here would mean more downside. And so what's happening is the price action's running back up to this trend line or support level. And if it gets rejected here, you're looking for downside continuation. We talked about a previous target that we had for about 29,000 as a measured move of a previous pattern, and we still haven't hit that yet. But again, 30,000 breaks, and you have to start thinking 28,500, 27,000. We're going to talk about, there's a lot of people going long right now. This market's real good at taking the most amount of money from as many people as possible. And so make sure and stay tuned for that. So here's the Bitcoin 1-hour chart. Previous breakdown volume spike. This volume shows us volume confirmation of this breakdown of this previous support, which is now resistance. Potentially, this is a bearish retest being confirmed. The bulls, in order to even start talking about any bullish ideas, really need to reclaim this level and flip it as support. And then we start talking about some bounce ideas for Bitcoin. If this level doesn't hold, again, level by level, looking for some downside continuation. I've got some amazing shout outs to give in my trading group. This young lady sent me this boat picture. She's chilling. She's got a laptop and a tablet trading on a boat. She says, I bet I'm the only one getting paid to be here, even though I'm paying myself. And this is from 2 days ago, but she was up 44% on CHR setup we had in the group, 18% short on Bitcoin. So these are these short tokens we talked about on Kucoin. You can short some of these major coins if you go to Kucoin, links in the description. And again, trading this market both ways is something that obviously you may consider as far as adding to your trading strategy. She was up 14% on BAT and counting. So yeah, I just thought this was pretty cool to share with you guys. This person, he said, dude, this is thanks to you. He started watching the YouTube channel. He said, like you say, join the group and you'll learn at a parabolic rate. He's like, I've been in the group for a month. I feel like I got 10 years experience in this. Like everything just starts to make sense once you see what everybody else sees. It's like going to drive a car. Like you're going to get wrecked if you don't know what the signals mean. This person, 22 years old from Amsterdam, made it to 6 figures, $100,000, 1.5 months in the group. Amazing journey. Life-changing money, period. If you guys are struggling in this market, you want to learn the ins and outs, You want to be in the best, most profitable trading setups? I can help you. Right now, if you go to the website, cryptorev.net, pay with cryptocurrency, you get 50% off if you pay for 6 months or if you pay for the year. With the year, you get an additional month for free. If you do want to pay with a card month to month, there is a monthly credit card option. If you look in the description of this video, there's a link to take you directly to the website. If you have any questions for me, you can email me, cryptobitcoinchris@gmail.com. These are some winning trades that we've had in the group recently, up 47%, up 115%, 42%, 41%, 53%, 314%, 69%. Boom, let's go. I woke up this morning and I didn't even want to get out of bed sometimes. And traditional markets got wrecked too. I mean, it was one of the worst days in traditional markets of 2021. Keep in mind, with traditional markets, you're talking single-digit red percentages, right? So, again, a lot of this I attribute to a strong dollar. The dollar has the DXY, the dollar index. This is the dollar compared to a basket of other international currencies. And the dollar is essentially putting together a double bottom here, where this continuing higher is bad for the stock market, potentially bad for Bitcoin too, because the correlation is broken that we've seen. So again, not good for stocks or Bitcoin if this breaks out and continues higher. What does Bitcoin have to do here? And could it happen? And so this is December 17th, 2018. And Bitcoin it was make or break for Bitcoin. Bitcoin dropped down to 31.85. Well, this is a scary time for crypto. Now, this is where the Bitcoin bulls must show up. I mean, essentially where we're at, if Bitcoin breaks lower, again, downside, there's some downside, right? If 30,000 doesn't hold, we've got some downside ahead. Elon Musk is going to attend the Bitcoin Word conference Wednesday, July the 21st. So he's going to talk with Jack Dorsey about Bitcoin, and hopefully we can get Elon back on board. Anybody want to buy a Tesla with Bitcoin? JP Morgan is on a blockchain hiring spree. JP Morgan's blockchain unit Onyx is in hyper growth mode. Seems like not too long ago, Jamie Dimon was calling Bitcoin a scam, and now they just can't hire fast enough. The top traders on Binance, and it's kind of a mixed bag. You've got 51% are long, they're looking for Bitcoin to go higher, and 48% potentially looking for more downside out of Bitcoin. However, the herd is increasingly long, 67% long, 32% short. So the idea here is the market likes to take as much money from the majority as possible. And so then you have to wonder, is Bitcoin going to, looks like it's starting to break down now, is Bitcoin going to come down here and sweep these lows before reversing? And then how low will it go? Again, you talk about the 618 fib level, 27,000, as being a good bounce level for Bitcoin. I mean, potentially it happens sooner, but 618 is kind of the number that I'm watching. Bitcoin longs on Bitfinex are stacking. I mean, look at this. Bitcoin longs. I mean, people have been going long since the beginning of the year. They've been longing Bitcoin since the beginning of the year. And then today, longs have been just taking off. So the price is dropping and people are continuing to go long. And so what happens? Bitcoin sweeps the lows. All these over-leveraged longs get liquidated and wrecked, right? And so that's a possibility you just have to consider. Now, Bitcoin whales continuing to accumulate, and they will. They're long-term holders, right? But just know that their balances, their Bitcoin wallet balances, have increased back to levels before. This is the Bitcoin price here, this gray line. All right, so Bitcoin close to, 58,000. Their Bitcoin holdings after the sell-off obviously dropped significantly, but we've seen it climb back up to levels from before the actual sell-off. So what does this mean? Whales are buying the dip, and they will continue to accumulate, and they will increase their buys as the price drops lower. And this is a strategy where if you're long-term in this market, this works, period. You just have to be patient. Like, you can't get stuck and emotional on these day-to-day moves out of Bitcoin. This is Mark Yusko. So he's a CEO behind Morgan Creek Capital Management. And he says price is a liar. The daily Bitcoin price has nothing to do with the value of the network. I can see his side, right? There's so many fundamental reasons why Bitcoin's going to take over the world and has so much upside long term that it becomes frustrating for a lot of people. You get these massive sell-offs out of Bitcoin, but you know the value hasn't changed. But what has changed is a lot of the herd that was buying, that were chasing the highs on Bitcoin's run up. You know, the price action from 10,000 to 20,000, and then more buyers started to funnel in 40,000, 50,000. The herd buys the top. They always do. They never buy the bottom. And the frustration is they're the first ones to sell. They're the weak hands. They sell in pain because they don't have a profit-taking strategy. Right? You have to have a strategy where you lock in profits. Otherwise, you'll end up in a situation where you're stuck with a bunch of Bitcoin that you paid $50,000, $60,000, and then the price of Bitcoin gets to these levels. And then if Bitcoin does sweep the lows, 29,000, 27,000, then essentially you're more apt to sell in fear, sell in max pain scenarios. This is Tensor Charts. Shows a heat map where all the buy orders are at down here, stacked at about 30,000. These lighter colors, right? This means there's a ton of buyers down here around 30,000. There's also some around 28,900 as well. Again, after that, there's not very much support. There's not a whole lot of buyers sitting down here, right? You get breaks at these levels, and there's some downside. So pay attention to Bitcoin. I mean, it's hard to short right here because you're right at support, right? I mean, this starts to break, and obviously there's some short ideas. Most shorts open previously. Going long right here, you use a tight stop loss, and potentially you've been buying these bounces, and you've made considerable profit based on this idea. But you just have to be cautious at a level like this where it's make or break for Bitcoin. Ethereum moving lower. So earlier I talked about this in the trading group where Ethereum lost its support level. These are the key levels to watch, and it looks like Ethereum with volume is approaching oversold levels. But again, next support level lower is about $1,730, and then below that $1,700. So pay attention to what Ethereum is doing. ADA lost the daily 200 simple moving average and actually had a retest, a bearish retest on lower term time frames. So again, ADA, if the next level, support level, $1.09 doesn't hold, then you're looking at $1.02 and potentially 96 cents. Now ADA is approaching oversold levels on the daily. So when you do get a bounce here, it's going to be a nice bounce out of ADA. But we all know that these cryptos, these altcoins, they're going to follow Bitcoin, right? They're at Bitcoin's mercy. So these down tokens I've been talking about, like it's hard to, I mean, there's a bull flag right here that, potentially, if you go to these down tokens on Binance, look at how bullish. This is the inverse, essentially, of ADA, right? And I mean, it's rounded bottoms, pay the bills. Way. This is very bullish price action. Again, there's a bunch of these down tokens on Binance, links in the description. And again, you don't want to be a late bear to the party, but be sure to subscribe to the channel, like the video, leave a comment in the comment box. Thanks so much. I'll see you guys tomorrow.